and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'd like to thank those of you who have liked the videos and have subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. I'll keep making the videos if you keep watching them. Also, a huge shout out to the team at Vector Air. That would be Julie, Carl, Luke, Craig and Tina, who've kindly lent me this Epic One to review, so thank you very much. And finally, a huge shout out to the team at Atherton Indoor Range. That would be Steve, Dennis, and of course Jeff, the cheeky scouser. So as you can see, I've got the Epic One, which is the 420mm version. It's the short barrel version, and it comes with a 390cc bottle, and it's got a 63cc plenum. So I just want to do a quick initial impression of this before I mount the scope, which Vector Air have kindly lent me, which is this awesome Taurus 4-16 by 44, and it's the first focal plane scope. And apparently the glass on it and the turrets are supposed to be awesome, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. They've also given me this Modi to try, which is the Viroc XL Modi, and again, I've actually got one of these, so I'm keen to see what this is like. Although, to be fair, I don't think it needs it because it's very, very quiet. I did cheekily dry fire it, and yes, it is incredibly quiet. So first off, what do you get in the box? So as always, I have a quick look at the instruction manual, which I actually really like because it's nicely printed in colour. Let's just quickly go and have a look. I mean, okay, some of these images are what they are, but we're talking about details on the stock, the accessory mounting points, and the fact that this rifle is incredibly modular. Details on the air tank. Let me just flick through this as quickly as I can. Now, this is I'm coming to it. Here we go. Depressurizing and filling. And then very quickly, this is something I'll come to momentarily, and I'll talk about that in a minute from what I've seen. Hammer spring adjustment, and then removing the air tank. If you've got one of these cylinders, this one's got the bottle, the balance valve adjustment, and we've got over here the magazine. Again, I'll talk about that momentarily. And then trigger adjustment, the fact that the rifle is indeed ambidextrous, and then you've got a bunch of QR codes to follow them. And then you've got one of the kitted out versions over here, which has got the top accessory rail, muzzle brake, the bottom cradle over here, which mounts on the Epic specific tripod. I'm surprised they haven't put one of their vertical as opposed to angular AR grips, which is skeletal. And they've also over here, if you can see, there's a bottom plate over here which they've added too, and they've got the red cocking lever on here. So yeah, this rifle can be upgraded, as you can see, but this one in particular is, as I mentioned, the short barrel version, which in fairness is ideal from a bullpup's perspective to take out pest control. So just very quickly, let's see what else you get in the box. You get, in terms of their standard tests using 10.8 grain pellets, there's the energy spread. You can see some details about essentially storing for a long time. And also in the box you get one mag. Disappointed that you don't get two. You get a bunch of O-rings, you get a filling probe, what's this, some more O-rings, again I'm not too certain what they are, to be fair, and a sticker of sorts. So, initial impressions of this. First off, I'm not going to lie, from a bullpup's perspective, just holding it in one hand, it's got some weight to it, but then again, everything here is solid in terms of the metal chassis. You've got, even over here, this from the back end, you've got a hard, what feels like not necessarily metal, but very hard ABS in fact it could be metal, I don't know. No, that's very, very hard rubber actually. Sat on a metal chassis over here, which can have a essentially rest added over here, a bag rider, and it can be moved by adjusting these two screws. You've got over here the hammer adjuster over here. You've got the cheek piece. Again, that feels like a nice plastic over here, which can be moved, slightly slid backwards and forwards. You've got a skeletal design over here, so you can see which, I think this is the plam over here. You've got the angular AR grip, which again, hollowed out. The trigger, again, looks like it's bladed, match graded, but at the same time, from dry firing it, I want to say that, I'll talk about the cocking lever in a minute, but I am going to dry fire it in its case. It's not loaded, and again, the first stage on this, we'll just do it this way. There's the first stage, and then it's got a nice crisp release on the second. Instant, no creep. The safety is a switch, which is anodized red. Push forward for safe, which locks the trigger. Push back for fire. The cocking lever, now again, I've not tried it with a pellet yet, so I don't know, but it is, from trying it out like this now, very, very smooth. I'll just get rid of this. As you can hear, I don't know if you can tell, with that shroud over here, over the barrel, it's incredibly quiet, which is why I said I don't even know or think I'll need the moderator. But let me just try this again. There's essentially first stage over here, then cock back, that's where it kind of rests, and then to cock it back, final position over here where it sits, and then essentially it sits over here again when you push it forward, and then it goes home. And then just to test the safety, there you go, and then over here we'll fire it again. First stage, really nice travel on the first, not too far, and then instant second stage. Very nice. This side you've got the essentially fill pressure, which is set currently to just over 200 bar, which goes over to 300 bar. You've got a Picatinny rail under here, which can house a cradle to cover the short over here 390cc bottle. You've got a carbon fiber essentially design over here, which again I'm disappointed that it isn't covering the entirety of the barrel. You've got essentially a thread protector here, so you can mount your moderator of choice. As I said, I'll be trying out the Direct one. I haven't talked about the top rail yet either, to be fair. This is 30 MOA, and again it can be repositioned by sliding it back over here on this rail forward. We've seen that design on a number of different rifles before, but 30 MOA is nice, so you've got some long distance shooting options over here with this quite heavy but nice bullpup. Now on this side, let me just go over here. Now there's your reg pressure, which currently set to around 75, and that is the reg adjuster, which needs a special tool for, but now in the UK you don't get the tool in the box as I've shown you, so be mindful of that. Having said that, this could be manufactured, I don't know. It's something that essentially third parties could make if they wanted to, or could make available, but again that's something that could invalidate your warranty. Just trying to think else, is there anything else I want to talk about whilst we move forward? You've got a nice Epic Design logo over here. Oh, the probe goes over here, the filling probe goes over here. I will comment on the fact that, in fairness, I would have liked to have seen some cradle already built in here, because if this is supposed to be for pest control, you're immediately forced into either carrying this round and or buying an accessory which protects the bottle, which then allows you to lean the bottle when shooting, and you're kind of ransomed into buying a cradle, which again, for the price of the Epic range, they're not cheap. So that's something to factor into the equation. And again, in fairness, to lift this bullpup up, it's, again, I can put the weight on, it's not very light. In its, I mean, I'd say that's not a great thing, but at the same time you can see why, because it's such amazing build quality. I'm just looking at to see if there's any spec details about the weight just off the top of my head. I'm still in awe of that. That's amazing. That would be an awesome bench setup, I think. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll find out the weight specifically and pop that up on screen. But yeah, I think as a bullpup goes, it's very futuristic looking. And one thing I do need to talk about is this, the mag, before I forget. Now, this is loaded from the right into the left, and if you look, there's a magnetic plate that covers this, which again, it's quite difficult taking this off whilst I'm holding the camera, but I can do it. There you go. He says the magnetic plate comes off. This is how strong that magnetic plate is. Here we go. This is one of those outtakes. Right, let me just position the camera. I'm still here. There's the mag, and I'm going to try and take the plate off. There you go. It's a strong magnet. Don't know if you saw with one hand. So that's a tell, isn't it? Imagine that you're out and about doing some pest control and you need to refill this one unit. That's a strong magnet to take the plate off. So you're going to need two of these. In addition to that, and again, if this is more designed for pest control out in the field, this is a rotate drum mag, where you've got to rotate the drum anti-clockwise, drop your first pellet in, and then drop the rest of the pellets in. And again, imagine if you're out in the field, you got gloves on, which quite fiddly, you'd have to pop the rifle down, or from a sling stud, basically, you've got it basically suspended. Then that magnet is, I'm not dismissing the fact that it's great to have a strong magnet on there, but just at the same time, you see me just now just trying to do it. I mean, maybe I'll get my fingernails in there. Yeah, okay, that's easier. Let me just, if I even got this right there, let's try again. That is incredibly strong. So imagine doing this with one hand. You got the rifle in one hand and you're like, I need to quickly just open this. It is incredible. There you go. You can do it. So yeah, I like it and I don't like it. To be fair, the AGT ones are very simple in the fact that you just drop the pellets in and rotate the drum, and it is what it is, and it's done when it's done. One thing that is good is that this slides in incredibly easily from the right to the left. I'll do it now very quickly. Just cocking lever back, pellet probe goes back, in this goes like that, nice and simply. Push in, confirmation, nice solid click, push this forward, done. Again, I'll just dry fire it again, just so you can listen to how quiet this is. Ready? And that's nothing. So I'll be interested to hear how this sounds with that Virat Modi on. But initial impressions, I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to see how accurate this is. For me, it's all about, you know, accuracy. I mean, at the same time, I'm mindful that it's quite heavy for what it is. I would have liked to have seen some protection over here. Be mindful that that's quite a strong magnet on there. If you're wearing gloves, if you're out in the field, you only get one mag, not two. Would have liked to have seen again, just some more of the accessories that you have to buy included as standard, which would have been nice. Like, for example, the essentially the bag rider. Keep forgetting bag rider. Bag rider would have been nice over here, and the cradle, so that you can rest it, would have been nice. But for now, that is my overview, initial impression of the Epic One. If you like what you've seen, please like and subscribe. So the next time I'll be following up with a test video of how it performs over a chronograph and obviously on targets. I'll have had the Taurus mounted, again putting the Virox silencer on there. But for now, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much. Bye.